Hey, everybody. It is Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim, and I am Sean.
I'm Kenny.
And I'm Jim.
And we have a special guest tonight. We have Mike from Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being on. And tonight we've got our very special topic. We have our top 10 non-franchise summer movies, which just to sort of clarify, I put on the banner below summer release dates. They don't have to be movies about summer. So
Correct.
They just have to be movies that were released during the summer. And I think Jim and I were on the same page. We kind of used the Jaws, the release of Jaws as sort of the kickoff of the summer release schedule or the summer blockbuster. So we went back, at least Jim and I did, went back to 1975 and started looking at summer releases for our choices. I don't know what logic Kenny and Mike have used. So
if any,
yeah.
It's going to be kind of tough, I think.
I said to the boys before joining us, this was the most time I've spent on a subject. I have 3 pages just filled with movies. I have my top 10 all circled and highlighted, ready to go. But this is going to be exciting because I'm really interested, especially for Mike and Jim's list, especially Jim, since he went back to 1975. So I'm really looking forward to this tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird tangents on my lists, but I will say up front, I got 11 movies, including the recommendation of the week, of course. But I wouldn't necessarily say these are my top 10 all-time summer releases. Right. These are just 10 that are very special to me. And when it's my turn to start going, I'll go more into what I actually did to compile my list, which makes no sense to anybody but myself. So,
which is how it should be.
That's right.
Yeah, it's hard to say that these are my top 10. This is the movies that I would go see if given a choice of picking 10 summer releases between 1975 and 2024.
Right.
Maybe that don't have a sequel and aren't part of a franchise and aren't remakes or haven't been remade, which is, I use that logic.
Me too.
Which I think Jim did too. Yeah. But before we get into that, I did want to say, after welcoming Mike to the show, I did want to say a special tribute to George Wendt, Norm from Cheers, who passed away. I heard that just before the show. At 76 years old, was in movies like Fletch and House, Dreamscape, VFW, and of course Cheers. So we lost a familiar face, definitely, and one of our, I don't know, kind of our good friends on the TV set with Cheers. So he was always somebody that you always were happy to see in something. You're like, hey, there's Norm.
Saturday Night Live too.
Yeah.
He's one of the Ditka super fans.
Yep.
Yep.
So very, very sad to see that he passed away today. So wanted to mention him. So, all right, we're going to do this in our usual round robin fashion, which means Kenny, you know what that means.
I will go first. And this, of course, if you guys have been around, this is my favorite movie of all time. And it is Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck came out in August 16th of 1989, and I've seen it so many times that I can tell you word by word. And it made $80 million at the box office that summer.
Yeah, it was a hit.
It was a huge hit.
Yeah, definitely.
That was my number one.
Did you use any special logic to make your picks?
Well, basically the logic were these 10 mean something to me personally.
Okay.
So it might have been how I was feeling at that time growing up, but 89, I was a chef making good money. It was my brother's birthday the next day. We took him out that Friday night. We seen that movie 5 times that weekend.
Jeez.
And I just love the movie. It means a lot to me. So all 10 of mine have something to do with like growing up and at the time where I was in my life.
Okay.
So that's basically
Are you revealing them in any special order?
No, I'll just because one of you guys might take it and I might have to change. So
okay.
I'm like, you bastards, if you take my 10. But no, it's like every one of them have something, to do.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to get some insight into your logic. So, all right, cool. Good movie. Great pick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your number one movie of all time, but it wasn't on your top 10 comedy list.
No, it was number one.
No, you didn't mention it in our comedy.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
Yeah,
I was shocked at the end of it.
Yeah.
I was like, really? So I always got to bust your balls about that, Kenny. Come on. Okay. Like Sean said, I kind of wanted to start this in my own list as far as movies go in 75, because that's really when summer blockbusters started. Before then, summers were the dumping ground for movies. It was all family movies and movies that they didn't drive-in movies, basically, prior to that. Mm-hmm. And then Jaws, of course, was a big blockbuster, and Hollywood adapted, and it's changed. But my first movie is one of those drive-in movies from 75, and it was a hit, and it was a studio film at the time. And it's become a cult classic. I hope to God that they never remake this movie. And in the day and age of cell phones, I don't think they could, unless they found somewhere out in the middle of the country where there is absolutely no GPS or cell service. But I'm talking about Race with the Devil.
Oh, that's a good one.
This was released on June 27th, 1975. It stars Peter Fonda, Warren Oates, Lara Parker, and Loretta Swit. And it was directed by Jack Starrett, who most famously was an actor. He was in First Blood. He played the deputy who falls out of the helicopter in First Blood. And he was also Gabby Johnson in Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
But he directed Race with the Devil. And it's a great movie. That one I did not see theatrically, but I remember the commercial for it. Scared the living shit out of me, okay? And I did see it when it was on cable, maybe a couple of years after that, but it's been one of my favorite drive-in type movies ever since. And it's definitely the movie that made me a Warren Oates fan. So that's the first pick from 1975, Race with the Devil.
I almost picked that.
I forgot about that one.
I was worried about because we were talking about it not too long ago.
Yeah, I almost picked that because I did see it at the drive-in with my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie. That movie. Yeah. It's a great movie. It affected me because of the dog scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, that was like
yeah, it goes there.
yeah. Nice pick.
That's another one of those movies that I didn't realize it at the time, but it's another one of those movies with a dark ending. Mm-hmm. And I saw it at an early age, and to this day, I'm attracted to movies with dark endings. I just am, So yeah, great. Have you ever seen that one, Kenny?
No. I was just going to say, Jim, was that the tagline Mr. Dan put up? When you race with the devil, you better run like hell.
Yep.
There you go. Look at you, Mr. Dan.
And then this poster says Peter Fonda, Warren Oates are burning rubber, their bridges, and a lot of are burning their bridges and a lot of rubber on the deadliest stretch of road in the country. What the fuck? That is like the longest tagline in history. I like that one better.
Hey, everybody in the chat. I didn't mean to ignore everybody, but I just totally forgot to look at the chat.
Yeah, I got a lot of people.
Yeah. So Corey says he can't hang out.
Oh. Hi, Corey. Bye, Corey. Thank you.
Corey.
Yep.
Thank you for support, buddy. Texas.
Gentleman
Texas.
Mr. Dan woke us up this morning.
Yeah, I'll be talking to you about that later. Hello, Anthony. Yeah, I saw that you went to Final Destination. I'm going to do a review on that on my channel tomorrow. Hello, Victor.
Victor says, I swore that Uncle Buck came out in the fall. It just seems like the kind of movie that would come out then. Did it come out in August, Kenny?
August
yeah, that was a summer movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
I knew it was a summer movie, but because I saw it, I say this all the time when you guys bring it up. I think I've seen that more than any other movie, other than Star Wars or Jaws, because I used to go in and watch it while I was working. Yeah, all right. All right, I think we're getting caught up here.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. All right, cool. All right. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm all caught up in the chat room. Mike, it is time for you.
So, how are we going to do this? Are we going to go 75 and then
any way you want to?
You can do it any way you want. You can do it chronologically, your own order, alphabetically.
That was a good pick, Jim. With I think I had that same release. I forgot about that because I love Warren Oates. He's a great actor. I don't know. The summer of '75, the obvious choice is Jaws, but it had sequels, and this is really hard, by the way, trying to pick. The obvious ones always got sequels.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say I think Dog Day Afternoon was a big hit, I believe, and or White Line Fever, which is a personal favorite. Jan Michael Vincent, and I think that was a big drive.
It was.
I thought, yeah.
And it was. I saw it at the drive-in.
I'm trying to think if it was a Corman movie or if it was something else.
No, I think that was a studio film. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Which one, White Line Fever?
Yeah, put me down White Line Fever. I think that was like a drive-in hit or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely saw that one at the drive-in.
Yeah, that came out July 16th of 75. And it made $35 million.
Yeah. Made some money.
Doesn't seem like a lot nowadays, but
no,
it was a lot.
That's a shitload back then.
Oh yeah.
Because it probably cost about $1 million to make.
Probably less.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you hear it? Yeah. He does this every time, I swear. He just does.
Yeah.
Yep. It wouldn't be
My
a show
dog.
without the dog.
Nope. All right. So you're going with White Line Fever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do sign language so when he's barking, I can use it.
Real good for people that are listening on Spotify.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I am going chronological. I started in 75 and just started looking for movies, but I didn't pick anything from 75. My first movie comes from 76, actually. And I didn't necessarily pick blockbusters either. I just stuck with the. Yeah, you didn't either?
No, most of mine are actually flops.
Yeah, I have a lot of flops. I have a couple of moderate successes, but most of mine aren't flops, or aren't successes rather. But so I went with The Big Bus.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
From 1976 with
Joey Baloney.
Joseph Bologna, Stockton Channing, John Beck, Ned Beatty. It's the forerunner of Airplane, really.
Yep.
Except it's a little less edgy. It's probably a little kinder, a little less racist. But it still has some edge to it. Don't get me wrong. But it's a lot of fun. It's the same type of humor. So if you like the humor from Airplane and you haven't seen The Big Bus, definitely check it out. It's definitely a product of its time. It's about a giant bus called the Cyclops, which is traveling nonstop it's a nuclear powered bus traveling nonstop from New York to Denver. And some oil company executives decide to sabotage it or try to sabotage it because it's going to put a dent in their profits if it's successful, because it doesn't use oil or gas. Very much a product of its time. But it's pretty hilarious. It's got Larry Hagman's in it, Ruth Gordon, Jose Ferrer, Sally Kellerman. It's hilarious. But I remember seeing it in the theater and I loved it. And when Kino said they were coming out with a new Blu-ray version, I snapped it up as soon as possible. I did have the DVD copy, but had to get it on Blu-ray. So it was released on June 23rd, 1976, and it made a whopping $3,540,000.
The big bomb is what they called it. It was the big bomb. It really went theatrically, and I haven't seen it since. I just remember Joseph Bologna was the star of it, Joey Bologna.
Yeah, there's this whole running gag about him being a cannibal in it. Like if you eat one foot, they make you eat one foot, and suddenly you're a cannibal.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I've never seen it. I've never got.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, thank you, Texas. All right,
that is a great pick.
Thanks.
All right, my next one is from 1988. Was released on June 17th, 1988, and it's The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan.
Bow, bow, boom.
And it's just another one. We went to. I remember going to see that like 2 or 3 times back then, and it always reminds me of like the last couple days of school, like getting ready to go and going down the shore for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not that we did that a lot, but our shore was basically our backyard. We turned into the shore. So I just remember going, and it's weird that you remember these things like, 30 some years later, that like the smell of barbecue in the air, like when you're going someplace, or that always takes me back to that time. Like, so I love that movie, and that only made $43.5 million. Back then. So that wasn't really
modest.
That was sort of
modest hit.
That was like really, it took off when it hit cable and video stores, especially video stores, because you could not get that in, at the time. Because I remember going, I think that came out at Christmas time. At the video stores, and you could not rent that one, because I remember we had to wait until the following year to see that on video. But I just love that movie. It's so funny.
I remember watching it on HBO. It was a big HBO movie.
Yeah.
So that's when I first saw it. I remember copying it on VHS or something.
Yeah, remember being able to fit 3 movies on a 6-hour tape?
Sometimes 4.
So,
yeah.
If you could find short enough movies, you can get 4 on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I saw that one at the drive-in too.
Did you really?
I saw it at the drive-in.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you didn't.
I didn't like it the first time I saw it.
Wow, twinsies! Look at you two, huh?
No, I said he didn't like it the first time.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We talked about it on the comedy special one.
Yeah.
It was brought up.
Yeah. I did not like it. I didn't like it until I watched it again with Lori. And now it's one of my favorite movies. We watch it all the time. I just wasn't in the mood, I guess. I don't know, something about it. I did not like it the first time.
Yeah, those fucking raccoons crack me up, man. I love them.
I always like the raccoons, though.
Yeah. Ba 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 boom.
Yep. All right, Jim.
Okay. Keeping the chronological theme going. We're going with 1976. And this movie came out July 23rd, 1976. I don't know what the exact figures are, but I know this movie was a hit. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it was a hit. And this movie, I love it to this day. And not only did it like change the way I looked at things as far as what movies could be at that point, but it was also the first movie I saw a grown-ass naked woman in that wasn't named Mom. And I'm talking about Logan's Run with the beautiful Jenny Agutter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Michael York, Farrah Fawcett, Richard Jordan, Roscoe Lee Brown, and of course, Peter Ustinov. Absolutely adore this movie. I'm amazed they've never done a remake of this. Now, they did have a TV series, and I almost didn't include this because of it, but I figured most people don't remember that friggin' TV series at all. So that's why I stayed with this pick. But Logan's Run, It is. It's a classic. It's just such a good movie.
Yep.
And again, I'm shocked
think
it's
it's
never
aged?
been remade.
Do you think it's aged well? Because I think I watched it recently. And it was something.
Some of the effects not so much, and some of the music not so much, but the story and everything I think still hold up really well. Yeah. You know, the ideas involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just love it. And like I said, I'm amazed it's never been remade. You know, just shocked.
Yeah.
Glad.
They'll get to it eventually. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I remember they tried at one point. They were talking about doing it about 20 years ago. And all I kept thinking was, oh, Jesus Christ, it's going to be nothing but like kids from the WB running around in those little outfits, you know, and it was like, you know, Dawson's Creek, Logan Run, you know, that sort of shit. But yeah, I love that movie to death. And Jenny Agutter, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Texas said they filmed some of Logan's Run at the Town East Mall in Dallas.
Nice.
I'm going to be down in Dallas this weekend.
Yeah, she was in a movie called Blood on Satan's Claw. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Yeah, she's in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then American Werewolf in London, of course, you know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I wanted to pick for this list, but there's a sequel to that movie.
Yeah. Yes, there
we
is.
can pretend it didn't happen.
We should pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't talk about Paris.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, what you got?
I'm going to go with 1990 Dick Tracy.
Nice.
I don't think it was quite the blockbuster I thought it was going to be, because I was watching, you know, the year before with Batman. It's like, oh yeah, this is going to be a surefire hit. And I don't think it hit where it wanted to. Like, it didn't catch on like Batman did the previous summer. So
it's a good pick. I remember when I was working at the theater, the day that it came out, the day before it came out, we had T-shirts that we were giving away that had a movie ticket on it, and then you could take a rubber stamp that we were given, and you stamped on the T-shirt when you saw it, like or the location you saw it, and we got that from the movie studio, and you stamped the name of the theater on the T-shirt, and I have a picture floating around Facebook with me wearing the shirt. I got one. I'm drunk as hell in the picture, but
well, I went to the cinema with my mom, and they didn't have the shirts, and she slept through the whole thing. I mean, she just
really.
Poor mom. I guess she had 5 minutes to.
That movie made 163 million in the movies. That was on my list too.
So was it a big hit, or was it not?
It was a modest hit.
It was a modest hit.
Yeah. Because they really banked on, because if you remember, that was the whole time that was Madonna sleeping with Warren Beatty at the same time at the time, and she had that big soundtrack from Dick Tracy out too. And
they were chasing Batman money, is what it was.
Oh yeah, totally.
And they marketed it just as much as Batman.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remember at the time, without even seeing Dick Tracy, I was like, you know, this movie's going to be a hit, I'm sure, but it's not going to be anywhere near Batman, because Batman is universal. A lot of young people never even heard of Dick Tracy, you know, at that point.
I know. It's like they had all the tie-ins. I think McDonald's had like a tie-in. They had the toys.
Everybody had tie-ins.
It was all this new stuff, and I was like snatching up some of it because I thought it was going to be, you know, whoa. And it didn't. Stuff wasn't flying off the shelves like I thought it would. So.
Doesn't Warren Beatty like come out with a little Dick Tracy movie or something with him dressed up as Dick Tracy every so often, so he can retain the rights
for that?
Yeah, because he wants to keep the rights.
Yeah, so they won't remake it.
I don't
know.
He's hoping somebody will clamor for a sequel. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I like it.
Good pick,
Mike. That's a great pick, Mike.
That's a great pick. Yeah. I picked it up on Blu-ray not too long ago. I want to rewatch it because I haven't seen it since it was in the theater. So that's a great pick.
It is a fun watch too. And now being able to see with my colorblind glasses, I can see like all the different, like, you know, what they were going for, like the visual in it, you know.
Very visual.
Yeah, very very visual, especially
Yeah.
like the diner scenes
Mhm.
and stuff. So that's a great pick, Mike. I really did enjoy that movie though. I
Yeah.
seen it in the theater, and plus I do, like Sean said, I do own it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out on 4K though. But see, Disney
It's a
owns it.
touchstone, yeah.
Yeah, Disney
Yeah.
owns it, so because that would be great.
Good luck.
It would be popping.
Yeah.
Those colors and stuff, man. Oh well.
I love Dustin Hoffman in that movie. His mumbles. I thought he was funny as
Yeah.
hell. You know?
Yeah, some of the people we can't even recognize them at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, the other good one is William Forsythe. I like
Yeah.
William Forsythe.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Flathead. Is that
Yeah, I think he was Flathead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Al Pacino, he was in that.
Yeah, Mr. Dan says the comic strip movies are more obscure or harder to sell even then.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they try to come out with the Shadow and the Spirit later on.
The
Yeah.
Phantom
Shadow was a good
with
movie.
Billy
Phantom.
Zane.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Jim?
The Phantom with Billy Zane.
Oh yeah, I like that movie. It
I
wasn't.
did too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It wasn't-
It's fun,
it's
but
fun.
most people didn't know who the hell the
No, they
Phantom
didn't.
was, you know?
Yeah,
Or who Billy Zane was for that matter.
yeah. It's fun to see all the actors like Henry Silva under makeup. Yeah, it's a great cast. It's fun to try and identify who's who.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My next pick. This is the one I'm worried that you might have, Jim. So I'm hoping I'm not stealing this from you. This is from 1978.
I'm looking at my list. Okay, go ahead.
It was released in July 28th, 1978. Made $78 million at the box office. It's Hooper.
God damn it.
Oh man.
I said I was worried about one.
Bumping heads, man. You're gonna have to.
No. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds plays aging stuntman, and Jan Michael Vincent plays his up and coming, not mentee, I guess,
Apprentice.
but apprentice. Yeah, that's a better word. Great cast: Adam West, Brian Keith, Robert Klein is the director. Just a great movie. I went to see that theatrically. I don't know how many times I saw that in the theater. I've probably seen that 5 times at the theater. Just love that movie. It's a lot of fun. It is the second biggest box office hit on my list.
Wow, look at you.
So
Yeah, it was the biggest one on my list.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's okay.
Sorry, Jim.
No. You're good. Because now I'm gonna go grab one of my honorable mentions I was gonna grab. So you're good.
All right.
Keep talking.
But no, the stunt work in that movie is fantastic. Especially the one of the later scenes involving a giant smokestack. There's also a scene involving a dog. They're jumping off. I think it's
Be back
it's
in
out of a
1
helicopter. Jim has left the building all because of me. But no, I really like that movie. Burt Reynolds had a string, obviously, because he was the biggest box office star in the world for a little while. He had a string of hits that were just unbelievable. But most of them had sequels, so I couldn't pick a lot of them. Like Smokey and the Bandit, couldn't pick that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hooper's good. I really like it. The more I watch it, the more I love it.
Yeah, it's good. I'm pretty sure Terry Bradshaw's in it for a hot minute.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
The pool scene.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Cannonball Run too, isn't he?
That was one of my picks, and then I'm like, you can't do sequels.
Nope.
I'm like, fuck.
Yep, that has a sequel. That was the other one I was thinking of, and I'm like, gosh.
No, Hooper's great.
Yeah.
Hooper's great.
All right,
Okay.
Kenny.
All right. This one came out in August 8th of 1986. Anybody have that one? One Crazy Summer.
Good
I
pick.
knew that was going to be on your list.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
the
yeah,
honeymoon-
you
the
guys
honeymoon
should
suite
have
song.
guessed that from the Honeymoon Suite song.
Was that Savage Steve Holland?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love that movie. That was another one back, especially the 80s during the summer. We didn't have central air. We didn't have air conditioning, So basically, our air conditioning was to sit in the movie theater all day and go, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. So all three of us would go in, my mom included. Sorry, God. And just like we would go there from like noon, and then we like leave at like 9, and we'd see like 3 movies. And she goes, all right, boys, what do you want? And she'd have them like all circled, and put in her pocketbook of what we were going to go see, and she would have it like corresponding, where we had to go to the bathrooms and stuff like that. So, yeah, we were very stealth back then. But One Crazy Summer is a very funny movie. The guy at the end reminds me of Jim waiting for the song all summer.
Oh yeah.
Can't you tell it? I need my attention. I just need my time. Leave me alone.
See, that was another.
Why won't they leave me alone to dream my dream?
That was another HBO one for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was like always on HBO.
Yep.
That was a drive-in movie for me that summer that I worked there at the drive-in. That was one of the movies I included on that video in '86 for that drive-in video series I did. And yeah, I prefer Better Off Dead, because it's from the same writer-director with John Cusack and Curtis Armstrong for that matter.
Yeah.
But One Crazy Summer is great. I love that movie. I think it's funny as hell. The animated sequences are the best. With the fuzzy bunnies, the cute and fuzzy bunnies. I mean, it's just that's and Bobcat Goldthwait when he's stuck in that goddamn Godzilla suit.
Yep.
And the old man, William Finley, throws the cigar in his mouth and he just starts going crazy. It's so stupid, but it is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, great pick, Kenny.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that came on Blu-ray just like last year or something, I believe.
Oh, did it? I still have it on DVD.
Yeah, I got it on DVD.
I need to get a copy of it.
That is
somewhere.
peak Demi Moore too, right
Yeah.
there.
You got the DVD, Kenny, okay? Do you ever listen to commentaries at all?
No. Does it have commentary
Listen
on
to
it?
the commentary on that DVD. It's got Bobcat, it's got Savage Steve Holland, and it's got Curtis Armstrong, okay?
Oh, okay.
And literally all they do for an hour, especially Bobcat, is bitch about how much of a douchebag fucking Cusack was being on the set. It's one of the funniest commentaries because you could tell they give less than a fuck at that point, and they're just going on and on about so and so Mr. Hollywood was too good to come out of his fucking trailer that day.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, you could tell like Curtis Armstrong's trying to play like, the nice guy because those two have worked together quite a few times, but
yeah.
Bobcat, he just goes off, man. I mean, in a nice, charming way. But man. Basically, it's just Cusack's an asshole for an hour and a half, man. It's funny as hell. Funny as hell.
I'll definitely have to check that one out now.
Yeah, I hunted down the DVD just so I could hear it because that's one of those infamous commentary tracks.
Well, the other one is another one on my list, so hopefully you guys don't pick that one.
Yeah, great pick.
Oh, I do have the DVD. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, so I'm up, right?
Yep.
Okay, now we're in 1977, and Jaws, of course, came out, in 75. This was the summer of Star Wars, but before the Star Wars phenomena hit, there was another phenomenon going on, and it was the Jaws ripoffs. And I really wanted to put Grizzly on here because, everybody knows how much I love Grizzly, and that's from 76, but I've mentioned that one before.
Yep.
But I haven't mentioned this one before. Orca.
Yes.
Richard Harris, Will Sampson, Charlotte Rampling, Bo Derek. This movie's outside of Grizzly. This is my favorite Jaws ripoff ever. And it's a cross between Moby Dick and Jaws.
Yep.
That's really all it is. My good friend Roy watched this recently. He was talking about it on the show that he did with me a couple of weeks ago. And he laughed his ass off during this movie. He thought it was one of the funniest movies he ever saw. And he loved it. He loved it. He said it was great, but he thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, dude, that scene on the boat with the baby, and he's like, oh my God, I laughed so hard. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because that scene traumatized me when I was a kid. And, I saw that one at the drive-in too. And Oh man, that scene traumatized me as a child. But yeah, Orca's great. I've watched that Blu-ray at least 20 times since I got it about a year ago. It's just so much fun. So yeah, that's my next pick. And that one was a hit. That one was a hit. It wasn't a huge hit, but it was a hit.
Yeah. I saw that theatrically, and believe it or not, I read the novelization.
You read the novel? Oh,
yeah,
man,
I never
you
read
had
the
it
novel.
hard.
You get extra points, Sean. You get extra
Good job, Sean.
I bought the novel. We were on vacation in North Carolina, and I was like, "Oh, I see this is coming out." So I read the book, and then when we got home, I went to see the movie. The book had a lot more sex in it.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, jeez, that's a great pick, though. I love that movie.
Thank you.
I'll need to get that. Okay, I guess it's my turn.
You're up, Mike.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Touchstone Pictures again. We'll probably won't see this on 4K anytime soon, but there's a good Blu-ray. I'm gonna go 1991 with The Rocketeer.
Ooh, that's
Good
a great
one. Good pick. That's a deep cut.
That's a good one. I don't know. I was disappointed that it wasn't a big hit and stuff. And that one too, like
there
it's
you
based on it's based on a like an older
the serial.
I think it was a serial or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that one theatrically.
Yeah.
Jennifer Connelly, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We get a unanimous. Oh yeah.
Good yams. Good
She was
yams.
married to Billy Campbell at that point, right? She was married to Billy Campbell at that point, right?
Was she?
Yeah, I think so. Because she's
I think
married
so.
to Paul Bettany now.
Yeah.
I thought she was married to. Oh, that's Phoebe Cates. I'm thinking it was married to Kevin.
Yeah, her
Kline.
and Kevin Kline have been together for like 40 years. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly, she's beautiful.
Oh man, and the hot space. Is it the hot space or
The hot spot?
Hot spot.
Hot spot.
Man.
Yeah.
Ooh-ah!
I was on a live stream.
Give it to me.
I think it was me and you, Jim. I think I was trying to think of that movie, that last live stream we were with, and it was the hot spot.
Yeah, her and Virginia Madsen. Oh. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a 10
Victor
out
says
of 10
The
on the
Rocketeer was actually released under the Disney label here, but they used the Touchstone label overseas because the film flopped here.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, it was released under the Disney label here. The more I think about it,
Yep.
Because I remember when I saw it, I was like, I can't believe I'm watching a live-action Disney film. In my close to being 30 years old at that point, and it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I loved it. Alan Arkin was great in it.
I haven't seen it since.
It had a great adventure vibe to it. Kind of like a throwback to the 1950s or something.
Jennifer Connelly's hot and everything.
I was just gonna say, dude, she could be eating a Twinkie, and I'd be like, yes.
Even when she's looking all strung out and fucking Requiem for a Dream, she's hot. I mean, she's just hot.
Yeah. She ages like fine wine.
Yeah.
So
she's like Diane Lane.
I was just about to say her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diane Lane is so fucking smoking hot.
Yep.
Or Susan Sarandon.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we're going
to change the subject.
We're going from favorite non-franchise movies to favorite yam women from the 80s.
Tune in our next show.
There is a reason Career Opportunities of all movies is getting a 4K.
Yeah, for one scene in particular.
All right,
Sean, save us. He knows.
My next movie is from 1984. It was released on July 13th, 1984. It made $28 million, $28.7 million. And it is The Last Starfighter.
Nice.
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
There we go.
Love it.
Yeah, it's we're back in the video game days. A teenager gets recruited by an alien space navy, I guess you could call it, by being good at a video game, and they pick him up because he's so good at it. They know he's good at shooting shooting stuff. So they pick him up. And Dan O'Hurley is great in that movie.
Yeah.
He
Robert
really makes
Preston.
them. Yeah, Robert Preston. Yeah. It's a great movie.
A movie I was thinking about last night was Enemy Mine.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
Christmas
in a long
movie.
time. Yeah,
and I think the only release you can get is like an Australian Blu-ray or a UK or something release. Like
is it out on Blu-ray overseas?
Yeah.
I got it on DVD as a double pack with Alienation.
Oh,
that's another one that needs a Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Alienation. Yeah.
But no, Robert Preston basically plays the same exact character in Last Starfighter that he did in The Music Man, which I always got a kick out of because
I was going to say Victor Victoria too because he kind of was like
but I mean he's literally the same character as in The Music Man. You know, he's just the salesman con man trying to go on blah blah blah. But that's a great movie, Sean. Great movie.
Great.
Thanks, Sydney, for describing that.
Yeah, thank you, Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney.
One thing I was going to say is that movie is unique because it was directed by Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers in the original Halloween, and in the 2018 version too. So anyway,
you're also directed The Boy Who Could Fly.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Does anybody remember that movie?
I remember that movie. Yeah, my dad loved that movie for some reason. Probably because of the girl that was in it. I can't remember her name.
Same girl that was in Great Outdoors. And I don't know her name either, but it was the same girl from the Great Outdoors.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, City Boy. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know her name.
We'll find it.
All right. My next one up is from August 9th, 1985. This also was not a hit, and it's Summer Rental with John Candy.
Oh, good one.
I was thinking about that.
Only made $24.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
People were. I watched a review on it from Siskel and Ebert, and they were saying people were getting John Candy fatigue because he had just
Volunteers.
He had just came out with Volunteers and another one that was a big hit, Brewster's Millions.
Mm-hmm.
So people were getting John Candy fatigue.
Yeah.
So
when I
heard that, I was like, "Are they morons?" You know, because it was Siskel that said John Candy fatigue. I'm like,
of those three John Candy movies, which one's your favorite? Summer Rental, Volunteers, or what was the other one?
Brewster's Millions.
Or Brewster's Millions, yeah.
Probably Summer Rental. I love Volunteers.
I would go with Volunteers by an edge.
John Candy steals that movie.
Exactly.
You're a big kitty cat. Yes, you are.
Exactly.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's a deep one. That's got Tom Hanks in it, right?
Yeah.
Volunteers,
doing Cary Grant. That's where he met his wife.
I still quote that. Me and my brother still quote the scene from Volunteers where he goes, "Let's not beat around the bush here. You're scared. We're all scared. We're going to a foreign land." A great poet once said, and he just starts, and that's when he starts to go up to Rita Wilson's start, and he's like, "Hey, where'd he go?" He's on the fucking plane, stupid. Hey, where'd he go?
Kenny and Company 2, Night of the Yams.
So, yeah, that's a great one, Summer Rental.
Yeah.
And it's got a Jimmy Buffett song that you can't find anywhere. Turning
really?
Around. Yeah, you cannot find. It's not on any of his albums, and he never does it live because my cousin used to go see Jimmy Buffett in concert.
What's the song?
Turning Around.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed it.
It's when they're refurbishing the ship. The restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the Jimmy Buffett song comes on. They play that in that like little brief clip, and then the credits when they taking all the pictures. The wife taking the pictures of refurbishing the boat. They play that. So, but you can't find it anywhere. They actually show the clip if you go on the YouTube. They actually show the clip of like the movie, like they showed the clips of the movie, because you can't find it anywhere. I don't know why he never put it out. It's a good song.
That's funny. If I type it into Spotify, it brings up a summer rental playlist, but it's not on it.
Yeah, see?
That's funny.
But if you go to Sean, if you go to YouTube, you'll find it because it just plays clips of the movies. Because my brother asked me the other day, he goes, "What's that Jimmy Buffett song that's in Summer Rental?" I told him, he goes, "It's not on Spotify," and I'm like, dude, it wasn't released. It's not on any of his albums either.
That's crazy. Huh. Oh, Mr. Dan with the facts here. Apparently John Candy directed a TV movie with George Wendt called Hostage for a Day.
Oh, I do remember Hostage for a Day because I remember the poster kind of looked like the Malcolm in the Middle poster where he's like all tied up or something like that. But I never did see it.
I saw it in his credits, but I didn't know what it was. Texas can't do it now anyway. He's kind of dead.
He's got a good point.
He's not taking requests anymore.
You are correct.
Yeah, that's it.
Boop. Okay, I'm up.
Okay, Jim.
Okay, well, I had one picked for 1978 before somebody who shall remain nameless stole it under me, so I had to run out of the room for a moment, but that's okay.
Hey, that's okay.
1979, I said I had two to pick from, so I decided to grab one, and this one came out August 24th, 1979, and I know my good friend Texas in the audience will definitely approve of this movie. This one stars P.J. Souls, Mary Morenoff, Paul Bartel, and the Ramones in Rock and Roll High School. This is my Scream Factory 40th anniversary steelbook. Absolutely love this movie. I saw this at the drive-in on a double bill with Phantasm.
Oh, wow.
That's a great.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, this movie is not good, but it's great. I love it. It's one of those. Oh, yeah. It's just one of those movies. It's like, it's not good. It's just great, you know, and whether you're a Ramones fan or not, it's excellent soundtrack, you know, so that was my quick substitution for Hooper, Rock and Roll High School. Nice.
Good pick. I've never seen that movie, but I remember seeing clips of it on MTV when MTV first started. They would always play, I think it was Rock and Roll High School. They used to play the video of it. On there all the time, and I remember seeing PJ Souls, and I'm like, I know her. She's in Halloween.
Yep.
Okay.
You're up, Jim.
Oh, Jim. That's
I just went.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just went. Okay, I'm gonna go with 1977 and a movie called Sorcerer.
Nice.
Yeah, it got totally just forgot about because of Star Wars.
Yep.
And William Friedkin is.
I thought you'd pick that one, Jim.
That was a recommendation of the week of mine about 2 months ago, so that's why I didn't pick it. Because it was actually a
remake.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a remake of
Wages
of Fear. It's a movie from, I think it's a French movie.
Yeah. And actually, it's also been remade as The Wages of Fear again too, on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Which it's not a bad version. It's not a great version, but it's not bad.
Yeah. There's a newer version?
Yes. A Netflix version of The Wages of Fear. It's like a foreign version or whatever, like French, like the original one was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I stumbled across it originally because I was looking for something for my mom to watch not too long ago on Netflix. And I was like, The Wages of Fear. And then I was like, okay. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, holy shit, this is Sorcerer, which was based on The Wages of Fear. It's the same story. So, but they changed it from the jungle setting to a desert setting. It's like in a war zone, and they're trying to get the nitro to an oil well that's gone off. It's like in Saudi Arabia or whatever country it is. But
yeah,
again, it's not as good as the freaking version or the original version for that matter. But great pick, Mike.
Is it based in like today?
Yeah, it's a modern
cool.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're even using GPS at one point, but it's same basic story. Two teams go off and one guy's got ulterior motives and blah 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 blah. I mean they're not criminals. They're not criminals like they were in Sorcerer. They're not wanted by the law or anything, but still kind of shady shit going on.
Yeah, they're both good movies. I mean, subtitles in the other one, but it's still got that same intensity. That some of those scenes. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good pick.
Awesome movie.
Thank you.
Stacy has a pick in the chat. Arachnophobia.
I like Arachnophobia, and it damn near got me divorced 4 years earlier than I did. My ex-wife was terrified of spiders. We went and saw that movie theatrically. Came home, she passed out on the couch while I was making dinner. She left her hairbrush sitting on the coffee table. I had a big old clump of hair in it. So I pulled it out of there and I started rubbing it on her face, going, the itsy bitsy spider crawled. Let's just say I slept on that same couch that night.
Yeah, that's another Touchstone movie too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie, and it totally would qualify. It came out July 18th, 1990. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Thanks,
John
Stacey.
Goodman's great in that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His one scene.
Oh, yeah.
She also picked Close Encounters, but that wouldn't qualify because that came out in the winter of 77.
Yeah, December.
Yeah. Still a good pick. All right. I'm up. All right. So my next one came out the same year as Arachnophobia. It came out August 22nd, 1990. Made $11.5 million at the box office. Was not a big hit, but I have not met anybody in my age group who has seen it, who hasn't liked it and related to it. If you haven't seen it, you probably wouldn't get it now, but it is Pump Up the Volume.
You just met somebody in your age group who's seen it and didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No.
Right.
Great soundtrack, though.
I stand corrected.
Great soundtrack.
I like it. I like it.
No, I know I'm in the minority on that one.
Yeah. I drove with my girlfriend at the time to see this movie. It was playing at a little 3-screen theater in Youngstown, Ohio, or actually Austintown, Ohio. And we got there and we read the time in the newspaper wrong. We got there and the theater was closed.
Oh, no.
We drove for a half an hour to get there. So then we had to drive around for like an hour to wait for it to open. And then we went back and we saw it. And it was worth it. Every minute of it. Maybe not for Jim, but for me. I love that movie.
No, great soundtrack. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack's great. But I don't know. At the time, it just really, really resonated with everybody. And I think that was right before grunge kind of took over and kind of capitalized on that same feeling that movie kind of hit the nerve that it was hitting on. But Christian Slater's great in that. Samantha Mathis. Oof.
I thought she was going to be a big star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was at a horror convention of all things not too long ago here in Cleveland, and there was like nobody at her table at all. And I felt really bad.
I had such a crush on her. Did you guys ever see the movie called A Thing Called Love?
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Yeah.
I've heard of
vaguely.
it.
Very yummy in that movie.
Yeah.
Yummy. She's a yogurt flavor.
But Seth Green is in that movie too, believe it or not.
Is he really?
Yeah. Really.
Yep. I don't know how old he was, but he was in it. And Ahmet Zappa.
43.
Well,
he's doing the Benjamin Button thing.
Yeah.
What year was the chapter, or was it the miniseries? Because he's in that too. He's
that was
Richie
92, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
1990.
So yeah, he would have been 12, 13 or
Yeah.
whatever. Because he played Richie in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yummy and yammy.
No, my ex-wife was obsessed with Christian Slater. So maybe
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I just never really. I like Christian Slater. Okay, don't get me wrong. I do like Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Just that movie to me, it just for whatever reason it didn't connect with me. But everybody I know loves that movie, so I know I'm in the minority. I'm not shitting on it. It's just for whatever reason it didn't connect with me.
Yeah, trust me, I'm the guy that doesn't like The Godfather, so I understand.
Right. As Jim turns into Donald Sutherland from Body Snatchers.
Exactly.
All right, my next selection is from June 13th, 1986. It made $91.3 million, and that is the Rodney Dangerfield classic Back to School.
Nice.
I love that movie.
Yep.
Sam Kinison, man, steals that.
Yes.
Oh my God! I remember watching. Say it. I remember watching his HBO special, and it was just like, oh my God, that was just like too much. Oh man! And when he was like, when he goes to Ned Beatty, he goes, "Hey, Dean Martin." Just the way he goes, "I dedicate this building to me." And he throws it right in Sherlock's car. He calls him Sherlock.
Would you like to have lunch? I have class. Okay, dinner. I have class. Well, how about you come? Would you like to go out with me when you have no class?
I remember they did an interview. I'll never forget this. Robert Downey was talking about that because he was in the movie. He played Keith Gordon's buddy in it, and he goes, "I don't know who was hired doing that movie, me or Rodney."
Yeah, because they were both like whacked out on coke that whole time.
Because if you
that
see
movie's great.
The movie is so funny. Oh man.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite Dangerfield movie.
Yeah,
because I don't really consider Caddyshack a Dangerfield movie. That's
Easy Money?
That's an ensemble.
Easy,
I love Easy Money, but I think Back to School is better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I like Easy Money too.
Yeah. Jennifer Jason Leigh's in that too.
No, Easy Money's great. I love Easy Money, but like I said, I think Back to School is a better made movie. I think it's consistently funny, throughout. Whereas Easy Money's got like some sitcom moments, and then it's got some great, hilarious moments. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
that was another HBO movie.
Oh yeah.
Me and my sister.
I love when him and Pesci are looking for a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it says open
23 hours.
It's so ridiculous. It's so funny. But yeah, Back to School is so great.
Great pick.
Lots
Kenny.
of great honors. Thank you.
Another one from that glorious summer of '86.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
That was my drive-in summer. That was that summer that I worked out there. So yeah, great pick. And actually, Back to School was such a hit. We had that one and Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a double feature.
Oh wow!
For like 3 weeks straight, and at drive-ins back then, that was unheard of.
Yeah.
You would keep one movie for 2 weeks at best, not both.
Right.
So.
Right. That's awesome.
All right, my turn. Right. Okay, 1980. This is the one that I was worried about Mike possibly getting. Looks like Mike's froze up there. I don't know if that's just my screen or his, but
no,
he's froze.
Oh, there he is. Kind of. You with us, Mike?
Went from one frozen position to another.
Mike is now doing his rendition of Max Headroom.
But his dog is live. So anyway, have a Pepsi. Okay. 1980, July 18th, a day that will live in infamy because a movie came out that me and my father both wanted to see, but for totally different reasons. He wanted to see it because it starred Lee Marvin. I wanted to see it because it starred Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. And this movie has become one of my favorite World War II movies of all time. And I'm talking about Samuel Fuller's The Big Red One. This is a phenomenal movie if you've never seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Jim, I watched it. I watched it last night, matter of fact. Believe it or not, I watched it last night because I'm going through some Lee Marvin right now. So,
did you see the theatrical version or the resurrection cut?
I watched the reconstructed one.
Yeah, it's quite a bit longer.
It's like 40 minutes longer, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, they had a whole different subplot to it and the whole 9 yards. But like I said, we saw this one at the drive-in as well. Okay. And I love Mark Hamill. Okay. I still love Mark Hamill, but he was Luke Skywalker to me at that point, you know? I still think that that's his best performance in a movie I've ever seen. There's a scene at the end of that movie. And again, this movie's 45 years old, so I'm not giving out or anything. But there's a scene at the end of the movie where they liberate the camps, or actually they get to the concentration camps right after they've been liberated. And you see these guys opening up the ovens and seeing just their points of view. You don't see what's in the ovens, but you can see what they're seeing, okay, through their eyes. And then Mark Hamill opens one and there's a Nazi in there hiding. And he just slowly, he's been basically, they keep calling him a coward, but basically he's like one of these nonviolent people. He doesn't want to kill anybody throughout. It's like a running thing throughout the movie. And he just methodically starts shooting this guy. And again, it's all from his point of view, unloads the clip, reloads it, and just June. And Lee Marvin comes up behind him and he just looks at him and he goes, "Griff, I think you got him." It just walks away. And it's just, the look on Mark Hamill's face in that sequence is just, I think it's one of the best performances I've ever seen. Especially from him. He's just phenomenal, as is everybody else in that movie. Out of all the movies that I'm mentioning tonight, that one's the best. It's just a phenomenal film. So that's my pick.
Oops, you're cracking up there, Mike. I think we're losing Mike.
Yeah, I think we're losing Mike too. And I'm the one that's got a storm outside.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Now we can.
Yeah, we know we can.
Okay. Yeah, it's storming here, so that's probably.
Yeah, Dan, the insane asylum scene is incredible. I'm sane like you. I'm sane. He just starts shooting people.
It's so underrated.
Yeah. I need to see the longer version. I've only seen the theatrical version. I did see that at the theater with my dad and loved that movie. And I've seen it several times since then. And that scene that you're talking about with Mark Hamill, I remember that like it's tattooed in my head.
Yeah.
That's a great scene.
Yeah. And the score, you don't think of it as this big, great, grand score, but it's so memorable. It's just, I don't know. And it's not done by one of the big top, people and stuff. And I don't know.
You think it's people take that movie to Comic-Cons to get Mark Hamill to sign that?
I bet you if you showed that to Mark Hamill, he'd be thrilled to sign that. Because I guarantee 99% of the stuff that he signs is either Batman or Superman. I mean, the Star Wars. Star Wars, I mean, But again, I think that is without a doubt his best performance. That I've seen on-screen performance, because he does great voice work as the Joker as well. But
absolutely,
he's he's in everybody in that. I mean, your boy from Revenge of the Nerds, Robert Carradine. He's the narrator. He's actually the main character of the movie, because he's the one. He plays Samuel Fuller, who wrote and directed it, basically. And again, he's phenomenal. Everybody is phenomenal in that movie. It's just it's a great movie, and hardly anybody's seen it. That's what really.
You think that movie hurt his career, Carradine?
No,
Robert Carradine.
No, because again, this Revenge of the Nerds. It might have got him a little bit typecast, but I don't think it hurt him, because he got 3 sequels out of that, and probably still getting residuals from that.
Okay. I was just saying, because we were talking about this the other night, and it's like, when you watch like Big Bang Theory or even Frasier, I love Frasier, and it's like whenever I see Niles, he's on. I think he's in Spam-A-Lot now or something like
Yeah.
that. It's just basically Niles playing a character. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
that's different because that's a sitcom or a TV show than you see 24 episodes of a year. So you're more have a bigger attachment. Whereas you were talking about Carradine and Revenge of the Nerds. That's just a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
I'm
he
just
could,
saying
you know,
some people can't. I can take my head away from that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know, because like even we watched Space Camp the other day.
Why?
And I'm like, oh, I like the movie, and it's like, oh, there's Lamar Latrell, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, you know, because my niece couldn't get over that was, you know, the bad guy in
Be right back.
Gladiator, you know, and I was like, that's Joaquin. Well, why is his name Leaf? Like,
because back then his parents were hippies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get her head wrapped around that. So it was just like, I don't know. When you said Robert Carradine, I was just like, yeah, because he did like a lot of like, especially Michael noticed he did a lot of westerns too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of western work, and it's like, but whenever you see him now, it's like, oh, there's there's Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds.
I mean, there's a whole generation that know him from the Disney stuff because he was on like Even Stevens or something. Playing Shia LaBeouf's dad or some shit for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's had a good career.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
and he got to make out with Tracy Lords in the Tommy Knockers miniseries.
There you go.
And she was legal then.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
All right, Mike.
Okay. See, I'm trying to think if I should do this. Now, it was a mega hit and everything, but there was no sequels to it, so I don't know. I should go that way, but I don't know. I'm gonna say, gosh. Again, here's another kind of oddball movie from 1991. Shakes the Clown.
Nice.
Bobcat Goldthwait. I mean, there wasn't no sequels, and it wasn't a hit. But
doesn't have to be a hit.
Doesn't have to be a hit.
Yeah, but it kind of came and went. But yeah,
yeah. Me and Sean were just talking about Shakes the Clown kind of the other day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on Jim's channel and he asked about who I thought was an underrated director, and the first person that popped in my head was Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah. And I still think that was a great answer. It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who can pull off a good scary Bigfoot movie is okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's kind of transitioned into a director and doing some other stuff. Like, you don't really recognize him much, sometimes nowadays.
He's working on the Jimmy Kimmel Show now, isn't he? As a director?
I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah, because I don't think he's doing movies anymore.
No.
Good pick though. I have not seen Shakes the Clown. I have not seen it. I want to though.
Well, it's a wild movie, man.
Yeah, it's got Julie Brown from MTV in it. I kind of something then, but yeah.
Yeah, she had a little blip where she was kind of hot for a little bit. Texas says he saw a preview of Shakes, and Bobcat was there, and he did a Q&A. That'd be cool.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Bobcat seems like a really interesting dude. I'd like to see a Q&A with him.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear that commentary that you were talking about too. So
yeah, he was one of those guys you kind of grew up with for a hot minute when you were like 10 or something, and he's just in so many movies like One Crazy Summer and just Police Academy and all kinds of stuff.
Burglar.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Good pick.
Very good pick.
Good one.
Well, I had to get up and go replace my pick because Mike stole the Rocketeer from me.
I didn't think anybody would.
Revenge.
That's what I was just ready to say. Revenge.
Your money will be in the mail tomorrow, Mike.
That's okay. I'm glad somebody else likes that movie because, like Mike said, he didn't think anybody else would pick it. I didn't think anybody else would pick it either. So I'm going with a movie from 2001, released July 20th, 2001, made $8.7 million, and it's Ghost World.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Scarlett Johansson, Thora Birch, Brad Renfro, and Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, he steals the movie, actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an oddball movie when you're like, have to be in a certain mood to kind of watch it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
It's pretty odd, but
it's not a movie that I would have gone to see theatrically. It played at my theater. And I was like, what is this movie? This is super bizarre. But it is, I believe, one of the first movies that was based on a graphic novel that was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah. It had some kind of relation with Crumb, wasn't it? Robert Crumb or not?
Terry Zwigoff.
Yeah.
He directed it.
Yeah.
He also directed Bad Santa, but Crumb was like the documentary movie that he did first.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Thanks, Texas. Thanks, Frankie. But there's it's got a oddball soundtrack, great performances in it.
And it's on Criterion.
Is there a Criterion of it now?
Blu-ray.
Oh, damn! I'm gonna have to pick that up because I still have the DVD.
Yeah, and it's got the young Scarlett Jo in it.
ScarJo. Yeah, that's when I think that's the movie that really made me notice her first. I don't know if it's the first movie I ever saw her in, but it's the first movie that really made me stand up and notice, like, ooh, who's she?
It's too bad the other chick didn't go very far. I think her dad was like a very controlling person, and it made her. She didn't get a lot of roles. Thora Birch or something.
Oh, Thora Birch, yeah.
It's an interesting story about her.
Huh? Yeah, because she was in American Beauty, and then she was in this, and I don't know what she was in. What was she in that she was in as a little girl?
The Jack Ryan movies. She played Harrison Ford's little girl in Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's the one I was thinking of, but
I know what you mean, Sean. I can't think of it either.
She was in a sitcom in the late '80s with Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the first thing I remember seeing Thora Birch in.
I just remember her from the Tom Clancy movies.
Hocus Pocus. She was in Hocus Pocus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the movie I'm thinking of. But yeah. I mean, she's been in a few things since then, but nothing like really high profile.
Yeah, but some like weird stuff, like with her dad. Like he was one of those controlling, like the moms and dads and stuff. Like very, very controlling of her career or something, and she like lost out on some stuff. She should have been bigger.
Yeah.
But,
Mama June.
The show with Julie Louis-Dreyfus was called Day by Day. It was an NBC sitcom. She was supposed to be like the breakout star, but a lot of kids remember her from Monkey Trouble. She was
that's
Monkey Trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, Ghost World. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Great pick.
Thank you.
All right. My next pick is from August 2nd, 1991. Made $55 million. Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox.
Ooh, that's a nice pick, Doc.
Doc Hollywood.
I love that movie. That is so great.
Is that a star? No, that's Ted Danson.
Ted Danson.
That's a great movie, Kenny.
Really good. And that's one that I was really surprised at, like, when I was reading up for it. And, like, all my picks, too, I, like, read up on it to make sure there was, like, no TV, no sequels or anything. I am stunned that, like, nobody came in 92 when, like, the plethora of bad sitcoms were hitting network. and they did not do that because you cannot top Michael J. Fox's charm in that movie.
George Hamilton's actually pretty damn funny in that movie too. At the very end, when he shows up as the L.A. plastic surgeon guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one that steals the movie is the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
The black lady in it.
Yeah,
she steals it. Just really, really, and Julie Warner.
Oof. Oh yeah.
My Lord, Tommy.
Yams. Skinny dipping.
I remember we went to see that in the movies, and I was sitting next to my mom, and my mom goes, "You did not tell me this was going to be in it." And I'm like, "We're watching the movie for the first time." I'm sitting in the movies, and I'm like getting yelled at by my mom because there was nudity on the screen.
Yeah, it's a PG-13 film too.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that wet T-shirt scene?
No,
coming out of the ocean.
And she does like
is she?
She does like a backflip out of the
do you own that?
No, I don't own it.
Shame.
I don't own it either, but I've seen it.
You gotta get it on You gotta get it on TV. Go to what is it? Second and Charles.
Pause that shit, bitch.
I only saw that movie once, and it was in the theater, so I don't remember too much. But I remember Julie Warner probably for the exact same reason you guys do, but I don't remember the scene exactly.
When she comes walking out, that's one thing. But first time you see her, she's in the water, and she comes out of the water, and he's just
because the old lady's got him drunk on hooch.
Yeah,
and he's like wrapped up in the quilt that they made for her, and she comes out and goes, "See anything you like, Doc?" And he goes, "Yeah."
No, it's a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, I like the movie. I just don't remember much about it, obviously.
Yep. Nice pick, Doc.
Good pick. All right, Jim.
All right, we're up to 1981 now. And again, this is right behind the Big Red One. This is just stellar movie. One of Brian De Palma's absolute best. And it contains John Travolta's absolute best performance, in my opinion. I'm talking about Blowout.
That was almost on my list too.
Yep.
Good pick.
This came out July 17th, 1981, and this was not a hit. This was not a hit at all. It was a critical hit. Siskel and Ebert both put it on their top 10 for the year that year. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's one of my all-time favorite De Palma films, and I'm a huge De Palma guy. But in addition to Travolta, you got Nancy Allen, who is just adorable in this movie. Mm-hmm. And John Lithgow, who is just freaky as hell. Yeah. And
he plays those sinister roles really good, doesn't he?
Yeah. And, you got Dennis Franz, of course, because it wouldn't be a De Palma film without Dennis Franz. But there's a joke at the very beginning of this movie where it starts off, you think you're watching like some bad horror movie, and this woman's in the shower, and the masked killer comes in, and she goes to scream, and it's the worst scream in history. The whole movie, that's like a joke. And the last line in the movie is, "That's a great scream. Where did you get it? Great scream, Jack." And he's like, "It's a good scream. It's a good scream." And it's heartbreaking. Watch the movie and you'll know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Blowout's great. That's my pick.
Yeah, Blowout's great.
I have not seen that in a very long time, but I remember watching it, and it is very good. It was on HBO.
It's on
That's where I saw it first, was on HBO.
Yeah.
Because I was too young to see it, theatrically, of course.
Yeah, same here. Great pick.
Thank you.
You said it's on Tubi, Kenny?
Yeah, it is on Tubi. That's where I've seen it. I think Mr. Dan had recommended that. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was either Dan or Stuart that recommended it. But
I got it on Criterion Blu-ray, and I know they've got it on 4K too, I think.
So. Nice. All right, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What was I thinking about here? I'm going to go with... I'm going to throw it out here. Dances with Wolves. I mean, it was a mega block. Well, no, wait a minute. That was a blockbuster. Cancel that.
No, you can.
No, you can.
As long as it's not a franchise movie, it's fair game. It don't matter how much it made.
So,
so Dances with Wolves definitely qualifies.
Yeah, I got hung up on no sequels there for a second, so I jotted down stuff without. So,
Dances with Wolves wouldn't count because it came out November 21st.
Yeah, see, I thought that was more of a holiday movie.
Oh, that's right. That's not a summer movie. Okay.
Unless you're talking about Dancing with the Wolves. That's the one that Kenny likes. It's 3.5 hours.
Okay. Okay, I got a better one. Almost Famous. I think it's either 2000 or 2001. Was it a summer movie? That might be a fall movie.
Yeah, I think that's a fall movie too.
Let's check.
Yeah, that sounds like a December one to me.
Yeah.
It's September 8th, so it could be before Labor Day. We'll let it slide.
Labor Day was late that year, so you can have that one if you want.
You can pick it.
Well, I got a better one. Okay, Armageddon.
Okay. There you go.
Armageddon.
Good one.
98. I think it was 98.
Yep.
Just don't start singing that fucking Aerosmith song.
No.
I love Aerosmith. I hate that song.
Yeah. I think Aerosmith stopped being Aerosmith when they started writing with Diane Warren.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
pretty much.
What's his face? The other guy that they started writing with all the time.
Desmond Child.
Yes. Yep.
Then
he was made for
Kiss too. Kiss.
Yep.
Bunch of that stuff.
Everybody worked with that guy.
Yeah. Holly Knight. Yep. I didn't see Armageddon until, it wasn't too long ago, maybe 10 years ago.
That's the other commentary, Jim, I was telling you about. The Armageddon commentary.
That one's awesome.
That is
Ben
fucking
Affleck
phenomenal.
is
Ben Affleck got paid. He doesn't give a fuck. He does not. When I'm telling you, Sean, you listen to that. He got paid. He doesn't care.
Yep.
Really?
He does not
Oh,
care.
yeah.
No.
He's like, so I asked Michael, what's my motivation here? Shut the fuck up, Ben, and just.
Yeah. It's so great because it's like, and he had, I think wasn't he doing Paycheck at that time, Jim?
Yeah.
Like, okay. And it's just like, he just didn't care. He just didn't care.
Paycheck, the most appropriately named movie of all time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the other criterion one you have to listen to is the Clerks one. No, Mallrats. The Mallrats one.
Or Chasing Amy.
Yeah, he's good on Chasing Amy.
Where they're all, it might have been Chasing Amy. Is that the one where he's drunk and Jay is sleeping underneath the table? All you hear is.
I think so.
Yeah. I think so.
Kevin goes, that's that little douchebag sidekick of mine sleeping underneath there. And Affleck's, apparently they were all drinking and smoking during, and he goes, because I remember, how fucking more long is this talk going to be, Kevin? It's like, Affleck, man, he just does not care. God bless the man.
Oh, God. I'll have to put that on my list.
Oh, please do.
All right. I think that pick disturbed Texas.
Sorry, Texas.
I prefer Deep Impact.
Yeah.
There's a joke there, but I'll leave it alone.
No.
All right. My next movie came out in 2002. Made $52 million at the box office, August 21st, 2002. And it is 1 hour photo with Robin Williams.
That's a good one.
Directed by Mark Romanek, written by Mark Romanek. This is a movie that
disturbing as shit.
Is really disturbing. Yeah. Robin Williams said that he was most happy with a review that said somebody was watching it and they forgot that they were watching Robin Williams for the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And that was the highest praise he could possibly get for his performance. So It is a really creepy ass movie, but it is really, really good. I don't know how well it's aged now, though, because 1 hour photo doesn't really mean a lot to today's audience.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. For the time, I guess if you call it a time capsule, it's a great film.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that he came out. He kind of broke out of all those family movies he was kind of stuck in. He did that, and the other one with Insomnia. They were both like, he was both bad guys in it.
Yeah,
and stuff. It was really weird.
Yeah, it's really good to see him in a role like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's her name? Connie Nielsen's good in it, playing the mom for the family, because he gets obsessed. He plays a photo technician who gets obsessed with a family and kind of turns a little strange. He finds out things aren't as wholesome as they think they are, or he thinks they are. But I don't know. That's my pick. It was another movie that played at my theater, and I just fell in love with and would sit in and watch all the time.
Nice.
So,
yeah, that's
good pick.
Thanks.
All right. Next one up for me, it came out June 3rd, 1987. Made only $106 million, which really surprised me. That's The Untouchables.
Beautiful.
Another Palma.
And that really stuck with me because I was graduating high school the next week, and that's the story I always tell, that the girlfriend wanted to go see this movie called Witchboard with Tawny Katane, and we got there late, and we get there and it's sold out, and I hear it from her, and I'm like, well, let's go see this movie. It has Kevin Costner in it. And she goes, okay. So we went to see that, and she was like, oh, that movie was great. I'm like, yeah. Then we went to see Witchboard the following weekend, and it was just like, oh,
that
God. Let's go see that again,
That's no Untouchable.
Yeah, but that Untouchables is so good.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yep.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And that was the first time.
Fantastic.
I remember Witchboard on HBO. That was another one of those HBO movies.
Texas Untouchables is so historically inaccurate.
Yeah, but who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Chicago guy, and I know that, and I still love The Untouchables. Yeah. It's just such a good movie.
Yeah.
And that sequence in the train station is still, I mean,
Legend.
It's a rip-off of Battleship Potemkin, but it's still, it's so well done. It is so well done.
Yeah, totally.
That scene where he recruits Andy Garcia is still one of my favorites in movies. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, we got a Dago here.
What you say? I said you're part of a no good race.
Oh, I like him.
Irish pig. Yeah, I like him too. Yep. Great movie, Kenny.
He won an Oscar.
Big pick.
Yeah.
Connery.
Connery did, yeah.
And he deserved it. He's great in that movie. He really is.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the only Oscar he ever won?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it might have been the only time he was nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
If he was ever nominated before that, if he was, it might have been The Man Who was King or whatever, but that might have been about it. Yeah. That might have been it. It certainly wasn't from Zardoz.
The red diaper.
Yeah. That's they were on a lot of cocaine. Possibly LSD.
They were on something. I was gonna say LSD or something.
All right, Jim.
Okay, I am up to the glorious, glorious year of 1982. And there were so many movies to choose from. Unfortunately, most of them had franchises.
Yes.
Or what became franchises. And I didn't want to go with the usual suspects from 82 because 82, it was a great summer. There was so many movies that, I love to this day, but this next one I think affected me more than any. And it's funny you were talking about Robin Williams because to me, The World According to Garp is still one of Robin Williams' absolute best performances and best movies. Directed by George Roy Hill, co-starring Mary Beth Hurt And in their Academy Award nominated performances, John Lithgow
Yeah.
and Glenn Close in her screen debut.
Oh, wow.
And she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress playing Robin Williams' mom, even though she was 2 years younger than Robin Williams in real life.
Wow.
But
yeah, that's a
this
good
movie
one.
is phenomenal. It's weird. It's based on a John Updike novel, and all of his movies are weird or bad. I mean, we're talking Hotel New Hampshire, Kenny.
Oh, that movie fucking sucked. Oh man, I went and got that movie off of eBay. Oh my god.
Or Witches of Eastwick, which is a great movie, but it's weird. Okay, so again, John Updike's novels are kind of weird. All right, Garp is no exception. It's a weird movie. It's a comedy. It's a drama. You'll be brought to tears with laughter one moment and brought to tears from heartbreak the next. I mean, it's a great movie. So that's my next pick.
Yeah, I saw that as a little kid and didn't quite get all of it, but I don't know. I still bring that up as Robin Williams' one of his best films, you know, and a lot of people don't know it, you know, they kind of don't think about that.
Yeah, I saw it theatrically I was 15, just about ready to turn 16. That came out on July 23rd, by the way, 1982.
Oh, okay.
So I was about a month shy of turning 15 at that point. But it just hit me like a ton of bricks. There's certain scenes in that movie that just, especially after seeing Lithgow in Blowout the year before that, where he's like a psycho killer. And then in this movie, he's a transsexual. He's a trans person. And he was a linebacker or tight end or whatever for the Eagles. It became a woman. And it's like, but it's not played for laughs. It's played, quote unquote, no pun intended, straight. And it's great. He is incredible in that movie. You know, nowadays people would shit themselves and say, you should have gotten a trans person to play that role. You know? Well, nowadays, or back then, there weren't too many trans actors that would have been accepted in that role.
Right.
Unfortunately. And like I said, Lithgow is phenomenal in that movie. He really is. To me, he's the heart of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he did it very respectfully and everything, you know, and stuff serious. Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to any of his conversations or interviews, what a well-read, respectable man that he is. You know,
that guy's a national treasure, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he is. That's when we were doing like underrated this and that. That's a guy that's underrated in my opinion. Because he should have an entire shelf full of Oscars. You know, I mean, he's a great actor. Okay, Mike.
All right, Mike, you're up.
Let me see. Oh man, I was debating on a couple of things. I don't know. 1986, Overboard with Goldie Hawn. Was that a?
It's been remade.
Yeah, it's been remade.
We'll forget that remake exists because it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't for sure if it was I didn't even look it up to see if it was a summer movie per se, but
that was.
Okay.
No.
Overboard.
No.
December
16th, 1987 it came out.
Oh, shit. I stand corrected.
Oh, man. Oh, crud.
I must have been thinking about Captain Ron.
Let's see.
Captain Ron was a summer movie.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know. I'll have to pass on that one.
Disqualified.
There you go, Texas. Texas is like, I got 22 films at my list.
Oh, you go ahead, Sean. I wasn't.
You're skipping your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to skip it. I'm drawing a blank on something here. So,
all right. It's no problem. All right. My next movie comes from 2009. Sadly, it only made $9.7 million at the box office. Came out June 12th, 2009. Moon.
Oh, great movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Starring Sam Rockwell, and the voice of Kevin Spacey. Thankfully, just the voice. Directed by Duncan Jones, who is, of course, the son of David Bowie.
Yep.
And can't skip a turn, Mike.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, big Trouble in Little China. That had to be.
There you go.
Yeah, that's definitely a summer movie.
Okay,
Yep, that's a summer.
And that died. that's
yeah, I remember it being a bomb. So.
All right, get back to Moon there, Shot.
Okay.
Yeah, Moon's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Moon is it's a great movie. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything because it's got a great premise. Texas says that's the only Sam Rockwell I haven't seen. Which is sad because that's one of Sam Rockwell's best movies. Best.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you love Sam Rockwell like I do, yeah,
that's the one I really think put him out on the map for a lot of people was that performance in that movie.
He definitely got a big boost from that one. I know
that.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he's really, really good in it. I don't want to say too much about it. Just see it, go in blind. It is a science fiction movie, but it doesn't really. You don't really.
It's a pretty human story, you know.
It's definitely a human story, and you don't need to be a science fiction fan to appreciate it. It's more about loneliness and things like that, human elements than it is about science fiction. So that's all I'll say. But that is my pick.
Great movie.
Thank you, Lewis. All right, my next movie is a movie. This is one I don't think a lot of people heard of. From July 30th, 1986. Nothing in Common with Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason.
Another drive-in movie.
I love that movie.
That.
Gary Marshall directed that one.
Yeah, that is so good. It's I believe it's Jackie Gleason's last performance.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just the chemistry he had with Hanks in that movie is really, really good. His mom and dad divorced after like 50 years of marriage, and Hanks is like this big executive like guru, and he goes and basically his mom don't want anything to do with the father anymore. He's too much, so he goes and he has to drop everything to take care of his dad that he didn't really know because he was a salesman for kids' clothes, and basically everything's turning around. They don't do like the salesman, door-to-door salesman things anymore. You know, people are going to malls. Remember, folks,
yeah,
1986. You know, so people are going to malls and Kmart's and stuff to buy kids' clothes. They're not getting them from like little mom and pop stores or like that. So he has to basically learn how to do, have a relationship as a grown-up with his father who's, not doing well. So I highly recommend it. I believe it's on Tubi too. Let me check.
I've never seen that one.
It's really, if you and Lori watch that, if you get that one night, I think she'll enjoy the story too.
Yeah, comedy drama.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Jim, it's on Tubi. And like Jim said, it's done by Gary Marshall. So there's a lot of heart behind it, and it has Seal Award in it, Young Seal Award.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
and Hector Elizondo has to make an appearance somewhere because I think he was in every one of Gary Marshall's movies.
Yep, and the other one that I really liked was Beth Armstrong. She was in it.
Yeah,
she plays his character. Tom Hanks's character in there is David. And she plays his best friend from childhood. So it's a really, really good movie. But I remember I think Siskel liked it, but Ebert didn't like it because that's when Tom Hanks was doing the raunchy comedies back then.
Yeah, that was right before Big.
Yeah, right before Big hit.
Yep.
So
good pick.
Good pick.
Thanks.
Alrighty. All right, this one, 1983, August 5th, 1983. So I'm about 3 or 4 weeks shy of my birthday, turning 16. And kind of a yearly thing for years, my sister always takes me to a movie around my birthday time. Last year it was Deadpool and Wolverine, as a matter of fact, okay?
Nice.
But for this one, for some reason, the two of us decided to go to the drive-in. Okay, no jokes. We're not from down south or anything, but you know. And my parents
Was the
didn't park
drive-in in
next
West
to us,
Virginia?
Sean. But anyways, so August 5th, 1983, we went and saw. I forgot what the other movie was, but the second movie on the bill was Cujo.
Nice.
Now the reason why I'm bringing up this one, okay, Cujo's a good movie. It's a fine movie. Okay, as far as Stephen King adaptations go. Dee Wallace is good in it. Danny Pintero from Who's the Boss? I don't like kid actors. He's phenomenal in this movie. Okay. Ed Lauder. It's, directed by Louis Teague, who also directed Alligator, among other movies. It's a fine movie. But the reason why I brought it up for the summer thing, like I said, we went and saw it at the drive-in. And about halfway through the movie, we're sitting there, and it's in August. So it's hotter than hell. The windows are down, obviously, and this and that and the other. And I got my hand out the window, and I felt something brush by my hand. And I was like, and I jumped, and I was like, what the fuck? And my sister's like, oh, you're just messing with me. And about that time, we thought we saw something walking in front of the car. She turns on the light. There's a fucking dog walking around. It wasn't even a big dog, but it was a dog. And both of us, because the light just reflected off of its eyes to us, it looked like the Hound from Hell. And we both just, 40 years later, me and my sister still talk about that shit. Anytime the Cujo or a drive-in comes up, we bring that story up. And I couldn't do a summer movie without mentioning that. So, Cujo.
That's great.
1983.
Awesome. Great story.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 1985, and I always wondered why this movie wasn't a bigger hit than it was. Young Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Great movie, but was that a summer movie? Because I thought that came out around Christmas time.
Crap! I always think of because Steven Spielberg. I thought he had something. He was like a producer on it. It was it Chris Columbus or something?
It was Barry Levinson directed.
Barry Levinson.
Yes.
Okay. Well, shoot. Well, then I'll go to my second one, Young Einstein from 1988.
Yahoo Serious.
Yahoo Serious. That was something. Or was it 89? 88.
It came out in 88 everywhere in the world but here. And it was 89 here. Because they opened that fucker right next to Batman. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and a couple other movies right around that. And it died quickly.
Yeah. I remember that. It was so much hype with it, and then it just petered out. But yeah,
I've never seen it.
It's really goofy. It's just goofy. It's Australian, and it's got some. It's not bad. It's just crazy. I guess. I don't know how well it's aged since I've seen it last. Probably not.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Yeah,
I've seen it at the video stores, but I never was tempted to rent it.
Yeah, I mean, I can recall the poster.
Yeah.
The guy with his hair, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I never saw the movie. I just remember the critics were like unbelievably harsh against that movie.
Yeah.
I might have to track it down. You got me intrigued, Mike.
Yeah. That might be like, what do you call it?
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, exactly. But I'm not even sure if it is now. It was then, but
yeah, I don't even know if that movie's available because I honestly have not seen any kind of physical or beyond video VHS. I don't think I ever saw a DVD or a Blu-ray for that.
I want to say Warner Brothers released it in the States. So
The Hunt for Yahoo Serious.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm losing some big points here. If we were going for points, man, I'm just.
No, that's a good pick.
No,
that is.
I'm trying to bring out some oddballs, that weren't exactly.
It's all right. All right,
Sean, you're the man.
All right. My next pick is from 2013. Made $26.4 million. Was released July 26th, 2013. I've talked about it on the show before. I almost left it out, but it's another Sam Rockwell movie. The Way Back.
Yes.
Nice.
There we go.
I think I've seen that one.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Cast. Yeah. Steve Carell, Toni Collette, Allison Janney, Anna Sophia Robb, Sam Rockwell, Maya Rudolph, and Liam James plays the main character. I fell in love with this movie the first time I saw it. I saw it twice theatrically, which I normally don't do anymore, unless it's something like Godzilla -1 or something. But this is a great movie, and Steve Carell plays the biggest asshole in this movie ever. It's really, if you only know him from his comedies, it's really a great performance. But
what's the name of it again, Sean?
The Way Back.
The Way Back.
You can get a copy because I got it when Sean was telling me about it. It is all that, and as the kids say, all that in a bag of chips.
I don't think the kids say that anymore.
Oh, they don't say that anymore. But that is really a terrific movie. And Toni Collette, what a delusional, beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's always good in a lot of
things. She's
Toni
fantastic.
Great in everything.
Yeah,
everything. Good pick, Sean.
Thanks.
All right, that would be me. My next one, these two are my last two are chalk. Next one is from the 28th of August, 1978. Animal House made 141.6 million. I thought Jim was going to take that one away from me. So.
No, because I mentioned it on a previous show.
Yeah, so Animal House, it changed the whole culture of everything back then.
Changed me, that's for sure. Well, it was the first R-rated movie I ever saw. I mean, at the theater, and I didn't understand half of it, but it definitely had an effect on me.
Yeah, I kept on begging my mom to see that because on Saturdays we would do we'd go down to my aunt's house and she had the HBO, and we'd go down there. The kids would go in one room and play like board games and stuff, and the adults would watch HBO. I made it so many trips in there, and my uncle finally was like, "Marge, let the damn kid watch some boobs, for heaven's sake," So I never got the chance to watch it when I was little. But a couple years later, my uncle goes, "Let's watch that movie." So we went and rented it, unbeknownst to my mom, And I just laughed. Can I have 10,000 marbles? I mean, just like stupid stuff like that. But yeah, that's my movie.
Shut up, son, or I'll have you out of here quicker than shit through a goose.
You are the valedictorian of this group. 0.0.
Yep, I can recite that whole fucking movie backwards. Okay, I'm up.
Yep.
Okay, we are up to 1984, which was a huge deal for movies, that summer especially. You had a lot of great ones that year, but the seismic shift in that summer was Gremlins and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which are both franchise movies, obviously. But it expedited a new rating called PG-13. And the first PG-13 movie was Red Dawn, but unfortunately that one's been remade, so I couldn't use that one.
Mm-hmm.
But the following week, Dreamscape came out.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
August 15th, 1984, starring Dennis Quaid, Kate Capshaw, Christopher Plummer, Eddie Albert, Max von Sydow, and the late, great George Wendt, who just passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Complete coincidence that I had this on my list and George Wendt passed away. I was telling these guys that before Showtime. But I love Dreamscape. Directed by Joseph Rubin, but more importantly, it was screenplay by Chuck Russell and Joseph Rubin. Chuck Russell went on to do the Dream Warriors with Frank Darabont, and they met through this movie. So without this movie, Dream Warriors might never have come to be. And there's a lot of parallels between Dreamscape and Dream Warriors. There really is. If you watch them back to back, they're very similar. But this is a phenomenal movie. And if you haven't seen it, I can't recommend it enough. It's just a great movie. So that's my pick, Dreamscape.
That's a good one. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Okay, guys. I think I got a good one now. 1980, The Blues Brothers.
Sequel.
Came out. Oh, that's right. Shit. Okay, well, no. Okay, wait a minute. This other one, I don't think it's a direct sequel. It's a different movie. Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 1985.
Sequel.
Well, Big Top Pee-wee technically is not a sequel.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
Because I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, Mike, because I almost picked it, but I wasn't sure if anybody would say Big Top Pee-wee was a sequel or not. Yeah. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
No, I don't. I didn't even really like Big Top Pee-wee, but
no, me neither.
People forget that one.
Yeah. But Pee-wee's Big Adventure is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Large Marge. Me and my brother Greg, who passed away, we went to the drive-in that summer. It was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was the double feature. Mm-hmm. And we were stoned and drunk. And Pee-wee's Big Adventure comes on. In that opening scene where he's making breakfast and it's all this and that. Both of us are like, what the fuck is this stupid shit? Why are we watching this? You know, and it's that. And we were like, we'll give it about 15 more minutes. Okay. And about the time the Large Marge thing happened, both of us screamed and laughed at the same time. And we were both like, we're in. And for the rest of the movie, I mean, we were both just dying. And yeah, I love that movie, Mike. That's a great pick.
Yeah. Didn't expect that little bit of animation, you know, what was it, like stop motion?
Stop motion, yeah.
Or something like it, yeah.
Or him walking around in a desert with the cartoon eyeballs. Sure is dark here.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that's what, 40 years?
Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's movie debut. Well, feature-length debut.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah.
Your mic's not on, Sean.
Sorry.
We didn't want you to go too far.
Thanks. My last pick for the night, I believe.
No, we have one more after this.
Yeah, you should have one more after this.
Oh, that's right. I skipped one because I don't have it in my collection. So I have to backtrack for a year. So my pick that I don't physically have a copy of in my hand is from 2012. It made $4.4 million at the box office from June 8th, 2012. It's Safety Not Guaranteed.
I haven't seen it.
It's an interesting movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but it has a great cast. It has Aubrey Plaza, Mark Duplass, Jake Johnson, Kristen Bell. Basically, it's based on a true story, sort of. There was somebody that found a classified ad in a newspaper that says that he's looking for people to go back in time to do something. He said, I've only done this once before. And so this group of journalists investigates this classified ad. And one reporter befriends this eccentric guy behind the ad. But they start to wonder if this guy's really telling the truth or not. Mark Duplass plays the guy. It's an independent film. It's really, really kind of cool. I can't really remember a whole lot of details about the plot because, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. I definitely need to rewatch it, but it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
All right. My last one is from July 22nd, 1983. It made $64 million. And that is Mr. Mom, Michael Keaton, Terry Garr,
Nice.
Martin
I
Mull.
was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I thought that would be on your list.
Yep. I love that movie so much. I wanted to marry. I said to my mom, I want to marry a girl just like Terry Garr. Yeah. When I seen that, I was like, I was in love.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's so many good one-liners in there too with the wubby, And my mom, it was funny because when we went to see that in the movies, my mom, till the day she passed, huge Young and Restless fan. She loved. So every time that movie came on, she could tell you the plot, what was going on. Every time that movie came on, she goes, that's when Victor and Nikki were getting divorced, and he fathered another kid from an. And she would go in. I'm like, Mom, we're trying to watch the movie, and she's going into plot points from 30 years ago, 40 years ago of Young and the Restless, and who, and then she'd go, that boy that you like that talks to the car, he was Snapper on the show too. And it's David Hasselhoff. He was on Young and the Restless.
Boy,
so when we would watch it, my mom goes, "Oh, that's Snapper from Young and the Restless. Now he talks to cars. That's great." So me and my brother, like little kids, and like, "Oh, Snapper," and then we're going back, 30 years of, Mom, we just want to watch the talking car show, So.
Have a Twinkie, Snapper head.
So, Mr. Mom's my last.
Looking back at your list, I think you like comedies, Kenny.
I was just gonna say, you think that's like my and it's funny. I got 5 pages of movies because remember I told you I wrote everything down, and I'm telling you, comedies are like my focal point right there.
It's your jam.
Well, keep that list for part 2.
Yep. Oh, I will. I have the whole book here.
The non-franchise franchise that we're going to start.
Yep.
Okay, my last one. I'm going to skip a year. Go to that glorious summer of 1986 when I worked at the drive-in, and there was a lot of great movies that summer. But this one, a lot of people have seen it, but a lot of people don't talk about it as much as they should, in my opinion. Directed by Peter Hyams and starring the late, great Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal. Running Scared.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Great pick.
It's even got a great Michael McDonald song in it, for God's sake, So, filmed in Chicago. And again, I'm a Chicago guy, so I've always had a connection with this movie. Joe Pantoliano is one of his early roles. He plays one of their
Richard Dyson
snitches.
in that too?
Huh?
Richard Dyson in that one?
No.
Stephen Bauer?
Stephen Bauer. Oh, yeah. Richard. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Him and Stephen Bauer are the 2 young cops.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joey Pantoliano and Jimmy Smits are the bad guys.
Mm.
And they're both really young in it. But yeah, that movie's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it is a really good one.
So Running Scared is my last pick of the evening.
Nice pick.
Yeah, it's a good one. Sorry about my dogs going nuts. I'm going to go with 1978's Convoy because I was absolutely obsessed with semi-trucks when I was little, and that was about that age group there. And I think that came out in summer at some point.
Yeah, that was the big TV radio.
Yeah, CVs and all that.
Yep. That's a good one. That's
Sam Peckinpah directed that one.
Yeah, Sam Peckinpah. And I think that was kind of a drive-in. I think they showed that at the drive-in.
I saw it at the drive-in. It's on my shelf.
Yeah, I actually remember that from our area when we had a drive-in and stuff. Because I was little. And yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Convoy.
good pick.
It's not the greatest movie by any means, but it's a lot of fun. And,
It's got a hell of a cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great cast. Yeah.
Who was the female lead in that?
Ally McGraw.
Ally McGraw. That's right. That's right.
Ernest Borgnine is the sheriff.
Yeah.
And Polly from Rocky. Burt Young.
Yeah.
I
could picture her on the cover, but I couldn't put the name to the face. That's right. Okay. All right. My last pick of the evening. We are going to go a little overtime, guys. So just so everybody knows, it's 9 o'clock. But my last pick of the evening is from 2013. Came out June 23rd, 2013, and made $87 million. Jennifer Lawrence in No Hard Feelings.
Nice. That's a great movie.
Probably the raunchiest comedy that I've seen in a while. That's come out recently. A lot of fun. And what is the name of the song that gets
Maneater?
Maneater, yes, the best version of Maneater I've heard since Hall & Oates did it. Just a great movie. Oh boy!
And you're missing the best part of it. The parents.
Yeah.
Who's the parent? I had no idea until I seen the credits that the one guy was the parent. I was like, holy shit, am I old?
Yeah, Matthew Broderick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
When she walks up those steps with the skates on, those steep stairs, and she's like going, oh man, that's so funny. We can do it here. Oh no, come on up, hon. Like, she doesn't even take the skates off. She walks up these. If you guys haven't seen it, it's like these steep steps, and she's like walking like up, like very gingerly, so she doesn't fall.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and if you like Jennifer Lawrence, there's a good reason to see it.
Yeah, get to see a lot of her.
Yeah.
Yams.
So that's my final pick of the evening.
Nice
one.
Okay. All right. Recommendations.
It's time for movie recommendations.
All right. We're going to stick with my recommendation from Tubi. Thank you. Not a sponsor yet. This one is from 1984. And it is, I have to bring it up because I always do this every Hard Bodies from 1984. What starts a Memorial Day weekend better than Hard Bodies?
That's the recommendation you were making us wait for 2 weeks for. You were like, I got another one next time. Hard Bodies.
Hard Bodies.
Nice.
I remember renting that relentlessly as a kid. I really enjoyed that one. So, and it'll set you up for a fun Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you, Jai.
Thank you.
We'll
see you.
Yeah, thank you, Jai.
No, great pick, Kenny.
Thanks.
All right, Jim.
Okay. Well, we're going to stick to the summer releases, and this one was released on August 10th, 1985, and it wasn't a big hit. It wasn't a flop, but it wasn't a big hit. But through the years, it's become somewhat of a classic, at least it has in my opinion. It's directed by Lawrence Kasdan, who also wrote Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Stars Scott Glenn, Kevin Kline, Kevin Costner, and the great Danny Glover. I'm talking about Silverado.
Nice.
This is one of my favorite Westerns of all time. And I mentioned those four leads, but I mean, you still got John Cleese, Rosanna Arquette, Jeff Goldblum, Brian Dennehy, Linda Hunt. Everybody and their brother is in this movie.
Wow.
And this is a great, great film. If you're not particularly into Westerns, it doesn't matter. This movie is universal. It is just so well made. The cast is stellar. The music is stellar. Everything is stellar about Silverado. So that is my recommendation for this week.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, Jim, actually. Actually looked that up because I need it on Blu-ray, and it's out of print, and it's pretty expensive. That one that you got now. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually found this one on eBay about a year ago and was extremely happy to find it for a decent price. But it's just a great movie. It really is.
I need to see that one because I have not seen that one.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, I got a funky old laser disc of it, which I need to completely upgrade. But anyways, I think I have. Can I do a recommendation?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You better.
Oh, okay. Well,
this can come out anytime you want.
Well, I just got this recently because I'm a big Western fan, obviously, and I love this movie. But this is a big deluxe 4K edition of this movie. It's just come out by Arrow. A Fistful of Dollars.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Oh, good one.
You might see this one floating around. Everybody's kind of showing it and stuff, but yeah, I can't wait to dig in on this because it's got so much extra cool stuff on there. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I've heard good things about those Arrow releases, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one though, it's a region 2 if you want to look at the extra so far. But,
cool.
Yeah.
Good pick. Awesome. All right. Mine was one of my honorable mentions in possible subs if I needed it. But mine came out in 2018, made $14.3 million at the box office, was written and directed by Bo Burnham. It's 8th Grade.
Nice.
Which tells the story of a little girl. She's not a little girl. She's 13 years old, named Kayla. And it's just basically how she struggles with coming of age in the modern day. And if anything, this movie shows that I would never want to be growing up in today's society with social media and all the pressure of social media and just the shit they have to put up with. So it's a comedy drama leaning more towards the drama than the comedy, but it's really good. I don't want to spoil too much about it. But it's, if you like coming of age movies, it's really good. My wife liked it too. But Bo Burnham, who is also a comedian, wrote it, directed it. He's got another movie called Inside that I've heard is really good. That came out during the pandemic that I want to check out. But this is really the first thing I've seen done by him, and I really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend it. And that's my pick for this week.
Cool. Very good.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we made it just a little over time, which isn't too bad with a special guest and 10 picks. So
yeah,
I think we did okay.
Yeah. Good.
Jim, I think you've got a show coming up that you'd want to plug because we have somebody who might be of interest.
Oh, you talking about Kenny there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. King Yam will be the next guest on my little show that I do, Shooting the Shit with Jim. That one will be on the 31st of May, Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, my very special guest will be Kenny. And it's funny, I had Sean on my show last week, and there was a couple of people in the chat that were just clamoring for you, buddy. You've got like a cult following going. So
it seems like I'm very popular tonight.
I've been saying, you're the sex appeal of this show, so we're gonna find out next week. But yeah, that'll be on the 31st, and I'm really looking forward to that because again, I've had Mike on the show, I've had Sean on the show. It's about damn time I get my good friend Kenny on the show. So really looking forward to that.
Looking forward to it myself.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. About time you had Kenny on there. Yeah.
Absolutely. People have been clamoring for you, man. I'm telling you.
I've been holding out for the cash.
Yeah. You're going to be holding out for a long time, pal.
I said I want green M&Ms in my
all my
rider.
cash went to Mike, to pay back Sean for stealing my pick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's the circle of life, pal.
Yes. The snake eating its tail.
That's right.
All right. Well,
Great
thanks,
show, guys.
Thanks for a good show. Mike, thanks as always for coming on.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
No problem. Glad to see
Sorry
you. About my dog. Who's
that's okay.
He's got
Life
an
happens.
attitude problem. So.
Honorary co-host.
Next time we have you on, we'll say Mike and his dog will be our special guest.
We'll put a muzzle on him next time.
All right, so we are going to sign out for the night, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. And we hope to see you. Yeah, we'll be in June.
Everybody have a nice Memorial Day weekend, guys. Be safe.
Everybody have a great summer kickoff and safe holiday weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Mike.
No problem. Anytime.
All righty.